Hello, Apple Valley, Chick-fil-A. Welcome back to another Motivational Monday. My name is Peter Fay. I'll be taking you through this week's Motivational Monday. I am a trainer here at Chick-fil-A. I've worked here for about 2 years. I primarily train in the front of house, but sometimes I'll hop in the back of house just to help out. But today, I have the honor and privilege of being joined by Martina Garrett. She's one of our newer team members who I train, which is why she's a great person for this video. So, Martina, could you introduce yourself for us?
Hi, I'm Martina Garrett. I'm 14 years old. I go to Rosemont High School and I enjoy doing soccer and snowboarding.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. So, this week we are continuing in the 17 Essential Qualities of a Team Player written by John C. Maxwell. We are on week 8, which is Enlarging. So, the definition of enlarging given by Maxwell states that enlarging is adding value to teammates is invaluable. That's kind of a hard quote to digest. What does it really mean? So in order to do that, we're going to break it down into chunks. The first being adding value, second being to teammates, and the third being is invaluable. And then we're going to cover the quote as a whole. Adding value is one of the most important steps in working as a team. If we don't give that reassurance to our teammates that we're doing those tasks correctly, like server or headset, then they don't know if they're going to do those, if they're doing those tasks correctly, and they also don't know how to improve in those tasks because they don't know if they're doing those tasks correctly. So by giving that reassurance to each other, we're able to help guide each other into the next steps of improvement. So, Martina, I have a question for you. Can you give an example of when a teammate has helped you grow by giving you a compliment, reassuring you, or just helping you out overall?
When I feel like I wasn't performing my best on late serve for the first time, Peter reassured me that I was doing a great job for my first time. It made me more confident in what I was doing, and it made me go 10 times faster.
Awesome, so that's a great example of just giving that reassurance to each other helps us grow. Teammates, Martina, could you take us through this section portion?
We know as a Chick-fil-A community that teammates set the standard of how your shift is going to go. If you walk in and everyone's all drowsy and upset, then you know your shift is not going to go well. But if you walk in and everyone's lively, not only will your shift be better, but the entirety of the restaurant will perform better. So, even if you don't want to admit it, teammates choose how the shift is going to go. A great example of this is the training team. Not only would you not know how to do your job without them, but you wouldn't know how to act in Chick-fil-A without them.
The last portion is invaluable. Invaluable, what does that really mean? It's kind of a weird word. So, invaluable means that something is so precious that it cannot be replaced. All of our work done here at Chick-fil-A is invaluable. The memories we create working together will never be able to be replaced. One thing at Chick-fil-A that is also invaluable is our standards for each other. What we do for each other when holding each other to a high standard not only brings your teammate's standard of work higher, but it brings your standard up as well. This is because when your teammate gets to your standard, they're going to want to keep going to beat you. But then your standard's going to come up with it and it's going to catch up. It kind of looks like this. So here's your standard, here's your teammates. You're going to try to bring them up to your standard, but they're going to want to beat you. So they're going to keep going, and then you're going to try to get up to them, and then they're going to beat you, and you're going to keep going up and up and up until you can't go any higher. So because of this, it not only brings each other's standards up higher, but if everyone does this in the entirety of the restaurant, everyone's standard's going to go up, making the overall growth of our restaurant better. So, Martina, can you give an example of when your standards or someone else's standards have helped you or your teammates grow?
Yep, when I was working on organizing for server, a kind teammate pointed out some ideas that would make it a lot easier and faster for me to stuff. The example that she gave me was having all the sauces lined up so it was easier to pick out the sauces and put them in the correct bag. This led to shorter wait times and me feeling more accomplished with myself. Awesome,
thank you for sharing. So, we've covered this quote in sections, but now we're going to cover it as a whole. To reiterate, the quote is adding value to teammates is invaluable. The entirety of the quote really means that by bringing our teammates up, we are able to achieve a higher standard of work as a restaurant itself. We've seen it with our trainers here at work, we've seen it with the team members helping team members, or leadership helping team members, all of that. By bringing each other up, it brings everyone's standard up, and you make some friends along the way. So, your task this week is to try to find a situation where you can bring your teammates up to a standard that you set for yourself. If you're not at your standard for yourself yet, say this is your standard, work with a teammate, collaborate, get to that standard that you both want to be at. That way you can help each other out and you can take baby steps along the way. So, I also want to thank Martina for joining me in this week's Monday Motivation. She didn't have to join me, but she took the time out of her day to come in and film this with me. So, thank you, Martina. Signing off, Peter.
And Martina.
Have a nice day, guys.